Hi, and welcome back to Tony's Cool Tools. Today we're going to be talking about a quality tool that, yes, is made in the United States, and many of you are extremely familiar with this company. I'll give you a hint. Take a look at this color. And I'm sure many of you will identify who this company is. So the company we're talking about is Logrite. They've been around since 1996, and they're based out of Vernon, Connecticut. There are many industries that use the Logrite tools, like firewood producers, loggers, sawyers, and arborists. And I'm sure many of you own their legendary picaroons, their cant hooks, and their arches. So not only does Logrite make fantastic hand tools, but they make attachments so that you have very minimal ground disturbance when working in the forest. And though you're familiar with the Logrite blue iconic color, they do private label their products for other companies, like Steel and other manufacturers as well. So you'll see them in many different colors. As I've mentioned to you before, I'm a one-man operation, and I know a lot of you don't own a tractor. So I'm going to show you a way of moving logs like this from one area to another safely and easily without a lot of stress. This Logrite Buck Arch is extremely useful in the woodyard and in the woods. And I'm not only going to show you how to use it by hand, but also with your UTV and ATV. So stick around, I think you'll find this interesting. So let me give you some specs on this Buck Arch. Logrite does make a smaller version of this called the Junior, and it'll handle up to 1,000 pounds. This particular unit, the Buck Arch, will handle up to 1,800 pounds. As you can see with the long handle, I have 110 inches of leverage that I can pull down to lift the log off the ground. So there are two different configurations you can use this Buck Arch in. One is the manual mode, which we'll be showing to you momentarily. The second is one that you can use as a mobile. You can use your UTV, ATV, or pickup truck to haul the logs. There are a couple options on tires. These are the narrow tires, and they come standard with the Buck Arch, and they are 12 inches. So in the hand mode, you can pick up a log that's 16 feet long, 22 inches wide, and 1,800 pounds. That's a lot of weight. And these tongs are extremely sharp on the tips here. And there's an option for small logs or larger logs by taking this and flipping it one way or the other. In the lower mode, in the top mode like this, I can pick up logs that are 22 inches wide. When I flip that around, I can go down to 8 inches on a log and just put my pin in. So if you're doing a residential job and you have to get through a narrow gate, the outside to outside of tire on this is 39 inches, and the height from the bottom to the top is 40 inches. So as you can see, you have a very small footprint. Logrite uses the premium hitch pins right here, and I've covered these in other shows before, but I love this design right here. This thing just flips over on one side or the other by just pulling down. That way you don't need a pin on it anymore or a little clip on here to hold this. Just put it in the center, put it through, and pull it down. They're fantastic. So now that we've gone over all the specs, let me show you how this thing works. I've removed the extension here, so I made it more portable for me and more compact. Let me show you how easy it is to pick up these logs right here. I just straddle the log, hook it right there, lift it up. Now I can easily carry this around. Super, super easy to move even on gravel or uneven rock. And when I'm through, just lock it up and walk away. Go get the next piece. So the other log might have been small, but if you have to carry it long distances, this thing's going to save your back. Now let's try it on this heavier piece of wood. I'm going to guesstimate that it weighs about 150 pounds, but it's no different than the other one. I just hook the log tongs on it, lift it up, and away I go. Very easily maneuvered. And I'm going to show you an accessory that'll even make this better. So as I mentioned before, there's two options here for this log tong, in the down position or in the up position. We're in the down position now so that I can take a log that's 8 to 10 inches and carry it easily. And this one here in the hand mode, I could go up to 16 feet long on a log and 1,800 pounds. So here we go. I try to get to the center of the log, and now I just lift it straight up. Now, one other advantage of the log arch is if I'm doing firewood, I can just bring that down, come over here with my chainsaw and cut. I don't have to worry about any of the dirt on the bottom of it or rocks or anything else. Now, I can take this and easily move it forward or backward. But I can take this log now and easily just move it around. And when I'm through, I just drop it down. So now this log is a little bit larger. It's 20 inches at one end and about 18 inches at the back end here, but it still weighs around 700 or 800 pounds. I switched the handle here to the top position so I have more leverage pulling down. So all we do now, just like we did the last one, is find roughly the center here, lock it in, and pull straight down. Now I can go forward or backwards with it easily. So here's the first accessory for the Buck Arch, and that is the gooseneck adapter right there. I told you I'd show you something kind of neat that you could do with these large logs that's going to save your back. And that is, I can lift this up, bring it over to my trailer, and just drop it in. Now, because this is a little punky, I may have to dig this out. And there we go. Now, the small pieces are a breeze. And just carry them right over. And go back for another one. Now, the other advantage of the gooseneck is if you have a long telephone pole or whatever, you can grab it up in the center and two people can pull it. Logrite also offers a chain adapter here, and that is you just slip it into your 2-inch receiver, put your pin in here. If you have long items like culverts or long pieces of wood and the tongs won't work, especially when they're smaller pieces and you're bundling multiples, you can take your chain, choker the items up here, and then just hang them right on here. Now, the other benefit of the chain adapter is you have 110 inches of leverage here with the long handle. You can take T-posts and pull them right out of the ground with no problem. The other thing is you can take saplings, small trees or saplings, and you can pull them out roots and all with the chain adapter and your chain. So another accessory is the tow dolly for your Buck Arch here. And it really is great when you need to spot your trailers or shuffle them around easily. And I have a light duty trailer, but it also works on something that's like 2,000 pounds as well. Let me show you here. I can easily move this. And naturally on cement or gravel, it even works, or cement or asphalt that is, it works even better. A lot easier, no resistance. So now I've transformed the hand arch into a towable arch by just converting the extension tube and putting this a bracket or this tube on right here. Let me show you some of the specs on this. First thing is you can still carry 1,800 pounds with this, or you can tow 1,800 pounds. But unlike the hand option, which is a 16-foot log, this one you can only do a 10-foot log because you're going to be suspending it off. It does come with a 2-speed winch here so that you can move the braided cable quickly, but when you feel resistance, you switch to the low mode and you can have a lot of torque. On the back here, you have a snatch block here along with a bell housing and a nub. So you just straddle the log, put it in there, and you can lift the whole log off the ground. Let me show you. So since I'm terrible at backing up my ATV, I just bring the arch very close, straddle the log, and then I just walk it about to the center. Make sure I have enough cable here. Hang on to my bell housing. That's all it is. Now we just put it into the fast mode here. Oh, going the wrong way. Hate that noise. So we'll put it in the neutral mode until we bring it all the way up. Now before I lift it all the way up to the ground, I'm going to pull my ATV back. And put the log arch on. Now I can go ahead and crank it up. And as you can see, we're lifting the log right up. Now if I wanted to, I could reposition this so that I'm a little bit closer up, but I'm going to let the tail drag a little bit here. That'll give me control if I'm going downhill a little bit, and this will keep the log nice and clean. Let's go ahead and show you how this works. So I can get in some pretty tight areas and bring out some pretty heavy logs with the towable log arch. So I've repositioned the log to show you something here. The light end is at the back end and the heavy part is at the front, so as you can see it's dragging down. Logrite supplies you with a ratchet strap as well so that you can lift this up and get it off the ground so that you're not dragging it around. And the other thing I wanted to show you is, even though that's heavy and I could reposition this and have it in the middle, there's virtually little tongue weight right here. I can move this around if I wanted to. So it's not going to be dragging the back of your ATV around. And you're going to lose control if this goes all the way down. So you want it to be negative weight on it, and that can just lift up and you can move the whole log by yourself. The log arch makes it super easy to come through tight places and carry these huge logs out. So in real tight areas, I can use my ATC to get these logs in and out quickly, easily, and safely. The Buck Arch in either the hand version or the Towable version was not meant to be worked on heavy slopes. But you can get the wide tire option here. They're very similar to the ATV tires that you have. They're 12-inch, and it does come with these spacers, which will allow you to have a wider footprint. So that'll give you more stability. So I switched out the tires to the large ATV style tires, and we went from 40 inches before on the narrow tires to 50 inches now. So we have the large log on, and we're gonna go and check it out on this sloped area here, this slightly sloped area. Though you can't tell, this is a pretty sloped area. Not super steep, but it is sloped, so we'll give a good testing on the new wide tire option. Here we go. Definitely feels more stable. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Buck Arch, whether in the hand mode or in the tow mode here. It's awfully handy to have when you're by yourself and you want to move big logs. I will have contact information on the Logrite company in the info section below. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up as well. And remember, pass it forward. Make the world a better place. Don't be a tool. Watch Tony's Cool Tools. Until I see you next time, have a great one.